From the same fabric. I don't know how I managed to get so many things from those 2 meters. I made this halter neck top. Although the outside fabric is this one, but the inside fabric is black jersey, which I will talk to you in the next videos where I bought it from, and I don't recommend it, but I'll talk to you anyway because I bought it and I don't want you to buy it. So this button was the instruction are simple. It's very easy to make. The thing is, if you're going to make this pattern, it is a dress, but I cut it to top length. If you're going to make this pattern, take into consideration that the back first, when you will be attaching the elastic, they say stretch elastic together with the fabric. Don't stretch fabric, stretch only elastic. I don't know why they say so. You can imagine that stretching fabric and elastic, it will be just some kind of crazy stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, but and I don't recommend you to try it. So stretch an elastic and cut elastic. I mean, really stretch elastic, because the back, if you make it right away, how they say, the back will stay like, will just drop down really low unless you have really wide back. But I also read several reviews, and there are many people there are many people saying that the back just drops down. So I removed maybe like 3 and 5 centimeters by each side. You can imagine it's like 3 and 5 centimeters is a lot. I removed from each side just to reduce the back and the front, and I cut the size number 14, I believe. I think I can go down the size for the front part, but the hips were fine, perfectly fine for the hips, but the back and maybe here accumulates a little bit of fabric. You will see the photos very soon. So that is another top. Those 2 meters like gave me a lot of things. And another top I made is also netty bodysuit dress pattern. I made it into top. I don't like the idea of bodysuit, I don't know why. I made it into top. I realized that I look like a part of flag of USA or England or Australia, or I don't know. I didn't think of that before, but I realized that. But with jeans and with denim skirt, it looks really fun. I like the look. The fabric is also nice and soft and everything, but this fabric, when I started cutting, I aligned. I'm a bit too much detailed when I'm aligning. I fold the fabric all the way down by those lines, and I fold it and I pin it, and only after I put the pattern, so everything is like perfectly on grain. So this print is also just a little bit slightly twisted. I'll put the photo so you can see. It's not seen. I was cutting here. I got it here by their grain line or by pattern, because it's not seen really. It's not seen. But take this into consideration. So I made exactly the same top as the camo one, also with the waist a little bit up. And another thing which I made this September is another top, is by Maria Denmark. I talked already about this fabric and this pattern in my previous fabric haul, and the fabric I do not recommend, only if you really like the print and you just cannot say no to that, because the print is so beautiful. The print and the pattern, I mean the print and the fabric are not aligned. The grain line of the fabric goes like that when the print is lined like that, so you get something like that. And you cannot follow really there, you cannot follow the grain line, because first the print will be twisted, the print will be like a diagonal, And the grain line is not cut well by the sides, by the selvage. It's cut, it's like grain line is like there. I mean, grain line is like this, the selvage is like this. First time I saw that in my life, and I hope it is last time. Anyway, as I said, I made this top and I like it a lot. It is not twisting on the body. I wear it and I feel totally perfectly fine and all the stuff. So and the pattern, I like the pattern, but you need to add seam allowance. It is like, this pattern was a small thing. It was really the nice small thing, and I added pretty fast, but it's like losing your time. For example, the viscose top, when you buy the pattern, you receive 2 files. You receive one PDF where you get it without seam allowance, and you receive another PDF with seam allowance, so you can feel free to print and do whatever you feel like. So I really suggest to those designers who make their patterns without seam allowance, consider to make 2 PDFs, one with seam allowance and the other without. It will be really much more easier. So I like how it fits me. I will be making so many of them. Here I made the alteration that I put the waistline more like to my level. I closed differently a little bit. I doubled the back, say the back neck. I double it. She says only put the clear elastic and then you fold it. So I folded and folded, so it will be nicely, beautifully closed. And I didn't enclose the armholes. I enclosed differently. I cut the stripe of fabric and I sew it, so it looks like this. She explains how to make it with clear elastic, so it will be like this. Well, I like this variation a lot, and it saves you clear elastic. So the fabric is not drapey, so this neckline, as you could see in my previous video, I wear this top and the neckline is a little bit to the side. It's not because of the pattern, it's because of the fabric is not that, doesn't have this drape. I knew that perfectly before I started sewing this top, but I went anyway. It's just I like this top in this print, in this pattern. Well, I recommend this pattern anyway, even if you need to add seam allowance. It's a beautiful pattern. Another thing I've made is this dress I'm wearing. It's also by Maria Denmark. It's a wrap dress. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot just stand up, so it is like this. The fabric is from also Girl Charlie. This fabric is really great for their beginners. It's really easy to manage it and it doesn't stretch a lot. It's 50 poly, 50 cotton. It's not the fabric I will really go for. But if your machine doesn't like jersey, or if you don't like jersey and you want to start liking jersey, then you can try these fabrics from Girl Charlie. So it is like, it feels like cotton. I mean, like woven cotton, doesn't feel like jersey, but it is jersey and has some stretch. It's not that stretchy anyway. So this dress, you need to add seam allowance, and I was like, it's huge. I mean, these pieces are huge and you need to add seam allowance. And it's like, also I didn't like the part when you need to add seam allowance to the dress, but these parts, these buttons and the tie has seam allowance. So it's like, I mean, or you don't put anywhere or you put everywhere. I just make two PDFs. I mean, one with seam allowances and without, and the other without seam allowance. Everybody's happy. I know that without seam allowance is easier to make alteration, but really I made alteration before, and let me tell you, it's, for me personally, it's easier to remove seam allowance and make alteration, and then it's, I don't know, it's much easier. It's much easier because, I mean, I'm not making alteration to the whole pieces, to the like whole dress. So, sorry guys for rambling so much about those Sigma-ons. I really just don't like adding them. But I like the rest and I'll be making this again. I made it in a bigger size. I made it like 40 or something. I went for bigger size because the fabric is not stretchy. I really appreciate, for example, Closet Case Files Netty bodysuit. She has that line where you can stretch the fabric and see, it can help you decide which size you can make. Maria Denmark, she doesn't have this option, so I was like guessing, okay, is my fabric stretchy enough or not? So as this fabric wasn't stretchy enough, I decided to go up size, and it came out bigger, so I needed to remove 2 centimeters from all the seams by the side, and the sleeves a little bit gapy here. As you can see, it's like I could have easily removed like a lot, but it's like it's not seen so much, right? I mean, I'm kind of not keen to remove it. I really like, I don't feel to remove it. I mean, it's much easier to remove these parts, it's much easier to remove in woven fabrics. So for the next one I will just go size down. I now know that just choose your, if your fabric is not that stretchy, choose your normal size. It could have worked for me perfectly, as I needed to reduce this dress. And in the other words, I love this dress so much. I mean, the shape suits me so well, and I will make it more, definitely I will make it more dresses. These wrap dresses, it's so versatile pattern. You can make it long, you can make it short, you can play with the sleeve, you can, as I did, I made contrast neckline. Well, there are options, and I will be making them. This dress is so appropriate for any beginner level, like you start sewing, you can make this dress. But the problem is the photos are not, the photos and the pattern instructions are not enough, and there's kind of diagram which made me like feel so crazy. I was reading, then I started, okay, let me just stop reading it so many times and try to understand how I can make it, how I can sew it better. Only then, me thinking how I can sew it better with some experience sewing knits or something like that, different garments, only then I could understand what exactly she meant. Because what she meant was really easy to do, but the way it was explained, it was like I got lost so deeply. That's it for my September makes. And well, there are several videos more. There are several videos which are coming about my fabric hauls and my sewing plans. In each fabric haul I make a sewing plan, so that's why I don't make a video separately for sewing plans. It's included in fabric haul. I make a plan in my head and I buy fabric. So that's it for today, and thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting. I like it so much. And well, happy sewing for you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye.